Good morning to all, Toastmasters and guests. I am Toastmasters Daniel Andrew. I am the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all for our 352nd meeting of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club. As everybody in their life has the mission to achieve something, our Toastmasters Club also has the mission. Our mission is to uh, develop the members to develop their leadership and communication skills in which members are empowered to develop their communication skills, resulting in developing their personal growth and confidence. Before we get into the meeting, there are three ground rules to be followed during the entire meeting. Rule number one, mute your microphone or switch off your camera if you may be moving that may be distracted during the meeting. Rule number two, as Toastmasters, we do not speak about sex, religion, and politics. Kindly refrain from speak about these three topics during the entire meeting. Rule number three, do not cross talk during the speaker is speaking. Now I am going to introduce an amazing Toastmaster, our presiding officer. So he was born and brought up in Chennai. He was a MCA graduate with more than 14 plus years of experience as a functional consultant specializing in manufacturing, supply chain, distribution, and costing verticals in Oracle Apps ERP. He is a fitness enthusiast with other interests including cinephile, epicure, bibliophile, and hodophile. He aspires to reach maximum heights in public speaking and professional communication through Toastmasters. Now I welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Shivakumar. Have a big round of applause to Shivakumar. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you for the warm introduction, uh, Toastmaster Daniel Andrews. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining today's meeting as this is the last day of year 2025. It's very warm and happy for me to join with all of you in this good day. And I happy to see so many members wake up at 7 o'clock and join today's meeting. Thanks for that. But before we going for the meeting, I want to share some good thoughts, which I've been thinking over for the last 2 days. I happened to see Matrix movie 2 days before, and as we all know in Matrix movie, that this particular scene intrigued me again. In the first part of the movie, the boy says that don't try to bend the spoon. Understand that there is no spoon. So this I didn't understand any of this matrix concept when I was young, when I watched the movie 15 years ago or 20 years before, where I watch it only for the uh, fight scenes, only for the graphics, only for the amusement things. But now, if you look at Matrix, the perception, the way how I watch the movie is completely different. Now, going back to the scene, it is like don't try to bend the spoon. Understand that there is no spoon. What the boy tried to say is Matrix is a simulated reality. The humans are used by machines in a separate place, and we are in the matrix where we don't see whatever we are seeing is not reality, but but our mind perceives it is as the reality, and it plays with it. Similarly, in our life also, any challenges what we are facing, any obstacles what we are facing, or any difficulties what we are facing in our life, we tend to fight with that. We tend to say that we tend to apply our ego into it and say that I will win over you. We will project something on top of that, project our own thoughts on top of that, and try to win over the situation. But the real way to apply that is we should not try to bend the spoon. We should understand that there is no spoon. Say that, yes, fine, this moment is happening. I'm not going to apply my ego, but I'm going to handle it in a way which is kind of not which is kind of not fighting with it, but accepting this, accepting the situation, and doing what is required for what action that would be suitable, so we can overcome the situation. The best example what I see is the greatest leaders what we have in our lives, not in our lives, but we have read it through history. The two members, one is Gandhi and the other one is Nelson Mandela. The Britishers have a system. They know that if somebody fights against you, they will either kill you or they will jail you. But Gandhi said that I am not going to fight against you. I will follow non-violence and I will protest against you. That is a new thing for them. So they don't know what to do with Gandhi. They don't know how to deal with him. They have dealt with so many other agitators or protesters in so many different ways, so many years. But one non-violent stance against Britishers, they don't know how to face them. Similarly, Nelson Mandela, they were trying to jail him. He was in jail for 20-25 years. They were trying to break him in every possible way. He did not try to bend the spoon. He realized there is no spoon. After certain years, after, it is not kind of surrendering to them. It is understanding the system and saying, I won't be falling under the ploy of your system. I will stay out of it. And one day they have won. So this is what I want to tell all my members. This is the thought I want to share with all my club members today. Don't try to bend the spoon. Understand that there is no spoon. With this thought, I would go to the next section of the. I would hand over the control back to our Toastmaster of the day, Paridhi, to introduce about Paridhi. Let me read his introduction and. He is a senior design engineer at Fisher's Chennai Engineering Center with a total 6 years of experience, holding a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. He is an enthusiastic cricket lover and an all-rounder on the field. He is on a journey to master the art of great public speaking and leadership. Please join me in welcoming Paridhi as the Toastmaster of the day today.
Yeah. Good
Paridhi,
morning. Yeah. Good morning, Shiva. Yeah. Good morning, all. Thank you. Thanks for your welcome. Uh, Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Toastmaster Paridhi, your Toastmaster of the day for this morning. As we gather on the final morning of 2025, it's a nice moment to appreciate the year gone by and get ready for fresh start. Let's enjoy this meeting as a refreshing and inspiring start to our day. I will now take through this today agenda. So to begin, let me invite a person responsibility for ensuring the time discipline throughout our meeting, our timer. So our timer for today is Toastmaster Nilofer Fatima Banu. To introduce her, so she holds a BSc in psychology and currently pursuing her MBA in human resources. Beyond academics, she has been passionate a makeup artist since her school days, and she is actively working towards her dream venture, Nilo's Bridal Studio and Academy, where she aspires to one day be the managing director. So, a wonderful blend of ambition, creativity, and discipline, a perfect character for a timer today. Toastmaster Nilofer, please share the time guidelines for today's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Nilofer.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. It was a very wonderful introduction of me. Uh, So today I will be acting as timer. So timer's role is to ensure the overall timing so that no speakers exceed the limit. So today we will be having education session, and in that education session we will be having question and answer session and then table topic session. So for the education session, there is time limit for 20 to 25 minutes. On 20 minutes, I will be displaying green, 23 minutes yellow, and in 25 minutes red. Um, if I have the hosting, can I share my screen so that I can display the cards now?
Sure, Nilofer. Daniel, can you please give her
Yes,
co-hosting rights? Yeah,
yes, given. Yeah.
please. Thank you.
So can you all see my screen now?
Yes, Neelofer.
Yeah. Green will be shown at 20 minutes, yellow on 23, red on 25 minutes. For question and answer session, green will be at 3 minutes, yellow at 4 minutes, and 5 minutes red. For table topic session, it's an impromptu session. So we will be having 1 minute at green, 1 minute 30 seconds yellow, and 2 minutes at red. So everyone, please try to keep your timing on limit. And thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Over to you. I will share my timer report when called upon. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nilofer, for the clear explanations. Now we move on to the keynote session, one of the most interesting segments of today's agenda. Our keynote speaker is Toastmaster Saumya Bader, a chartered accountant by profession who currently works in the field of wealth management. She is an ex Toastmaster and was a member of the L&T ECC Toastmasters Club. She has completed the strategic communication pathway, and for her final level, she launched her own podcast, Economic Charcha Insights and India. Soumya is deeply passionate about personal finance and she is committed to spreading financial literacy so people can make stronger, more confident financial decisions. So, basics of personal finance, a very timely topic as we prepare to walk into a brand new year. Dear Toastmaster and guests, please welcome Toastmaster Soumya Bader for the keynote session. Over to you, Toastmaster Soumya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for this beautiful introduction. And yeah, what a great way to kickstart this new year by learning about personal finance. So I just want to confirm that my screen is visible and I'm audible to everyone.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, visible and audible.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Okay, so let's begin. So, you know what? Why do I keep this as the first screen? When I see this image, I see that as a small sapling, a small seed grown today, becomes a big tree with patience. And I see the same thing on how a wealth creation journey is. So I remember this movie, Love Today, and this two actor. So the main actor, as a kid, he planted this tree, and every day he would dig it up and try to see whether the seed has grown or not. And then we take it to the back, to the end of the movie, and it shows, and he doesn't realize that that sapling, that seed that he used to dig up every day, it's actually grown into a big full tree. And that's exactly how a wealth creation journey is. You grow it, you grow your wealth with consistency and discipline, and then you get to enjoy the shade of your hard work when it's your time to retire. So, what is the first? No, what does a journey of a wealth looks like? So you're doing your job or your practice, you earn income from that. But for many people, it stops right there. What you have to do now is you have to invest that money in order to earn a passive source of income for you. A lot of people ask me, what is the first step of starting your financial journey? So the first step is budgeting. First of all, sit with a pen and paper, analyze how your income expenses are, and then start with your investment process. So, a lot of people think that, income minus expenses is equal to savings. But guess what? That's not right. I know what you're thinking. Income minus savings is equal to expenses. It's not right either. What is right is income minus expenses, savings, minus an emergency fund is equals to savings, or what ideally you should be investing every month. So the first step that you're going to do today is that you're going to calculate your savings. You are going to calculate what is the emergency fund that you need. Let's say the world stops, uh, you're laid off, or anything worse possible can happen. How much money that you should have that helps you sustain, let's say, for the next 3 to 6 months. That needs to be kept separately. After that, you need to start your investment journey. Just once again. Yeah. So a lot of people confuse these two concepts, savings versus investment. So savings is just putting money aside in your bank account. Let's say you earn 100 rupees, you spend 50. 50 is there in your savings account. It's not growing. It's not uh, earning more than inflation. Now, what investment is? Investment is that you take that money, you park it in any asset class that helps you earn more than the inflation. So, I will cover in the next slides why earning more than the inflation rate is very, very important. And just just for disclosing it, so in a savings bank account, you normally earn 4%, and that is what the general inflation is. Now, why do we need to invest? I feel that in order to be inspired to do something, we need to understand its why. So, I'm going to quickly take you through this slide. First of all, we have a lot of financial goals. It could be buying a car, buying a house, and providing for our kids' education or their marriage. Or the most important one that people tend to forget is retirement. We want to beat inflation. So that is the most important reason why we need to invest. Let's say in your savings bank account, you will get 4% interest every year. And the inflation is also 4%. Inflation is 4%, which means that today what costed 100, tomorrow it's going to cost you 104. That means you are just matching up with the increase in prices. Your money is not actually growing. So that is why it is very important that you invest. Third, reduced earning years. All of us, the education spans have risen. If we compare with our parents, my father started working at the age of 21. For me, it was much later because we have a graduation, post graduation, and we want to retire early. That means the number of years that we effectively work has reduced. That means we need to aggressively invest. And fourth, higher standard of living. We are the Instagram generation. We see people around us spending more, which somehow induces us to spend more. So, in order to support that standard of living, we need to invest aggressively. And just some of the financial goals a person may have. The most important one, retirement. So this is just a simple calculation. So I'll be explaining one of the goals and then taking you through this. So let's say you want to buy a car after 5 years. It costs 15 lakhs today. If you put a 6% inflation, after 5 years, that same car is going to be costing 20 lakhs. Why this slide is important? So a lot of people assume that, yeah, I want to buy a car of 15 lakhs today. Let me save for 15 lakhs. But no, that's not the right way of investing it. You need to save enough that you can get 20 lakhs after 5 years. This is the devil inflation. This is just how a simple retirement calculation goes. So let's say you are currently 27, you want to retire at 60, you expect that you're going to be living till 85 years. This is just the returns that we have shown. And let's say that your monthly expenses are 1 lakh per month. That means when you retire at the age of 60, you would be needing 18 crores to sustain from 60 years of age by the time you retire till 85 years of age. So I will be posting a retirement calculator on the chat box after my session, and I would highly recommend that all of you calculate this figure for yourself and start investing very actively for achieving this goal. This is the most ignored goal. I can understand we have a lot of financial commitments. We have to take care of our family, we have to take care of our children. But in the midst of all of this, we forget that we also have to take care of ourselves after we stop working. This is just to show you what the perils of inflation are. So let's say if you had 100 rupees in 2000, you could buy all these things. If you had 100 rupees in 2010, you could buy either of the two things. And today, if you have 100 rupees, you can just buy one of these things. This is how much a devil inflation is. So now I think in everyone's mind, it's pretty clear that why you need to invest. You need to achieve your financial goals. You have to beat inflation. You your earnings years have reduced, and you want to support a good standard of living. And most importantly, you have to save for your retirement. Now let us understand what are the most common principles of investing that we need to remember. First, the power of compounding. So I think a lot of people have read about it, used it in your basic maths. It is principal into 1 plus return raised to the power time. So, what lot of us people focus on. So, I was also reading one of these articles and it talked about how, with the increasing prices and we see a lot of people around us just gambling on money. So, all of us today just want quick returns. That is why the gambling apps and everyone are so popular these days, because all what we want is quick money. We want quick returns. But you know what people do by focusing just on quick returns? They forget that the most important part is also protecting your principal. That doesn't mean that you just completely keep it safe. You have to find a balance in that. And the most important component of this equation is time. The longer that you keep your money, the bigger your wealth would be. So this is just a quick summary of how your wealth creation journey looks like. Let's say, reaching the first milestone, reaching that 1 CR takes a lot of time. It may take you 10, 15 years. But imagine that, let's say your portfolio is increasing by 12% every year. Every year, without even doing anything, you will be adding 12% of your portfolio every year. Let's say today you're earning one, today your corpus is 1 CR. You've worked really hard for 10, 15 years and you have finally reached that dream corpus. Every year, without even doing anything, you will be adding 12 lakhs to that portfolio. So target to reach that one big number. It could be 50 lakhs, would be 1 CR. And then just, imagine that every year without, if let's say your financial conditions don't require you to invest very aggressively at that time, you will be able to add 10% to that portfolio every year without doing anything. Second most important principle is to start early. Now, you just look at this example. Mahesh started at the age of 30, Satish started at the age of 35, Gautam started at the age of 45. I have kept the installments in such a way that the total investment that they make over their lifetime is 1.5 crores. But now see the difference in their final corpus. Because he started early, his money was growing every year by 12%. Satish started at the age of 35 and his money compounded for 25 years. So Mahesh's money compounded for 30 years, Satish's money compounded for 25 years, and Gautam's money compounded only for 15 years. And see the difference in their final corpus. So I would recommend the moment you start earning, start investing. If you haven't already started, start it now. The best time was yesterday, and the next best time is today. Third, invest in the right instrument. So let's say that you were investing in fixed deposits every year, which earns about 7% return. Then you would have accumulated after 25 years only a corpus of 4 CR. But let's say if you were investing in equity instruments, you would have created a corpus of around 9.5 crores. So while it is important to keep some amount in FD, I would recommend that. But that is not an investment. Fixed deposit is not an investment. You need to invest it in an asset class which actually beats the inflation, which actually helps you in your wealth creation journey. So I know my father-in-law often says that is Equity is very, very important for your wealth creation journey because it has the ability to grow along with the economy. Let's say if our economy today is growing by 6, 7, 8%, and inflation uh, is 4, 5%, it is stated that the stock market is going to give you around 12% return every year. That is why you need to invest a part of your investments in equity. This is what an SIP or an SIP top up looks like. So, SIP is systematic investment plan. This is basically a concept where you invest some amount of money every month. Now, let's say if you were doing an SIP of 25,000 and Ashish, the smart one, was doing an SIP of 25,000 and also increasing it by 10% every year with the increase in his income. So look at what the final corpus looks like. So what you have to remember is it's good you start with something, but let's say your incomes are increasing, you also need to start increasing your investments along with it. And this is just a quick illustration of the investor mindset. So a lot of people, when they work really hard and they get this big corpus, the first instance they are like, I have enough, let's spend it. But I want you to clearly see the images and clearly focus on the point of corpus achieved. Let's say if he has been investing for 10 years, he got 1.12 crores. If he would have waited for 5 more years, he would have got, 10 more years, he would have got 4.59 crores. If he would have waited for 5 more years, the corpus would have been 8.5. And if he would have waited for 5 more final years, he has got a big corpus. So all I want to show from this slide is that yes, it's amazing to have this big corpus, to finally have that ability to, splurge and spend. But remember that time is the best friend of investment. The longer that you keep your money, the bigger it's going to grow. So let me just, so this were just, the few principles of investing. So the first one we always have to remember is power of compounding. In this, don't run after returns. Make sure that in those rush of returns, your principal is also protected and you give your investments enough time to grow. Second, you need to invest in the right instrument. Great, some amount of money could be in fixed deposits, some amount should be in gold. We'll be talking about all the asset classes and what are the avenues of investment in the next session, in the next section. But it's important that some amount of your money needs to go in equity because it can give you one of the best returns. Third, you need to start early. As I said, time is the best friend in this. You need to increase your income. You need to increase your investments as your income increases. So, just a few principles on investment. Now, let's talk about what are the investment options, trend. So, you have your fixed deposit, you have your gold, you have your real estate. So, in this gold, let us consider the complete metals. You have your debt, and then you have your equity. So, we'll be talking briefly about each of these asset classes. So, first, we have our fixed deposit. Pros is that it's a risk-free return, but the cons list is much, much bigger. Every year, on whatever interest is accrued to you, let's say you have a 2-year FD, so and it gives you 6% return every year. So the first year, on the first year's income, your TDS would get deducted. Then let's say you need that money early on. So if you withdraw the FD a little early, a penalty would be deducted. You have to pay tax on that interest that you have not received in your bank account but just earned every single year. And the post tax returns of FD don't beat inflation. Let me just show you a quick calculation. So let's say if you are earning 7% and you pay tax of 2% of 30% on it, that means 2.1% goes in the tax itself. You are earning just 4.9% and inflation is 5%. That means if you're keeping money in your FD, it's not growing It's actually reducing with every single year. Then let's talk about investment in metals. So here, when I'm writing gold, you can consider both gold and silver. This physical gold of a way of investing in, and in case of digital gold, you can invest in gold or silver ETFs. You have a gold and silver mutual funds. And the third way, which is not, it was there, but the government is no longer launching any schemes, is sovereign gold bond. If we talk about real estate, you can have a complete ownership of the assets. That means you can buy a plot or a flat. And the other options is you can invest in the rising real estate space either through REITs, which is basically having a so I'll explain in detail if anyone asks me what REIT is. I'll just take through my presentation right now. But what you can understand from REIT right now is that it is basically you holding a part of that commercial asset and earning returns from that in the form of property appreciation and the rent. Then you have fractional ownership of property, which has come up, but there are not many regulations on this right now. So I don't practically recommend it. Then you have a fixed income instrument. So you have your government debt. So government debt is basically, so what is fixed income is, let's say you take a loan from bank and you pay interest on that. In this case, the government takes a loan from you and give you interest income. So the most popular is public provident fund. Then we have our government bonds. We have a Sukanya Samriddhi scheme for girl child, and we have a senior citizen savings scheme. Again, an amazing scheme for people who have retired and want to park their income for earning fixed returns. Then you have a private debt. So private debt is the corporates taking money from you and giving you interest. So you have your corporate FD, like Shriram Finance or Muthoot, anyone offering you fixed deposits, and you have a big list of mutual funds. Then you talk about equity. So equity, we have our direct equity and we have through mutual funds. While direct equity, I always consider it a little risky because first of all, it involves a lot of research. Are you sure that this stock is going to work out? Are you buying at the right valuation? That becomes very important when we're buying the stocks. In case of mutual funds, there is a person way more experienced that does, whose job is to buy and sell stocks. That's why I recommend mutual funds. Sorry, um, my screen share ended. Thank you, timer, for showing the screen. Just I'm gonna go back to this once again. Then quickly just take you through the advantages of mutual funds, professional management, diversification. You may not know that what are the types of you know stocks that you should buy for. The mutual fund manager helps you diversify in the right manner. It is very easy to buy and sell. It is very cost effective. You can start with an SIP as less as 100 rupees. You get an access to equity, debt, would all the asset classes. It is very liquid. Let's say an emergency comes up and you want to liquidate it today. There is an option and you can do it. There is a lower volatility. Now, what volatility is? How often the price moves up and down. Since in a mutual fund, you're not holding a single stock, you're holding a lot of stocks, the volatility would be a little lower because an increase in one would be offset by a decrease in another. And it is a very tax efficient instrument. This is just a table to show you of how, there are different types of mutual funds which are there. This is how much returns that equity has given you over the years. Now, this is like my last slide, and I want to give more time to the question and answers. Now, let's say today you want to start your investment journey. You need to have a good right allocation to a large cap, mid cap, and small cap. So let's just talk about how your investment plan should look like. So you need to understand that in investment, asset allocation is one of the most important thing to consider. Now, what asset allocation is? that some part of your investments need to be in gold or silver, some part of your investments need to be in fixed income, and other part of your investments need to be equity. So, according to your risk appetite, let's say you are someone who cannot see a lot of negative in the returns. So, let's say you keep a 10 or 20% in gold and silver, you keep around 10-15% in debt. So, in debt, either you could have government bonds or you could have fixed deposits, or you could have, and if you want a little higher returns, you can go for corporate bonds. And the balance 60% need to be in equity. How that equity investment should go about is, let's say some part of it you, so I'll explain very briefly what large mid and small cap is. So the large cap is that, it is the top 100 companies of India, the top 100 companies which are listed on the stock exchange. So these are normally companies, which have been there for a lot of years. They are very stable. They are not going to grow exponentially. They are going to be growing with, let's say, some amount of, let's say, 5%, 10%, 5% every year. So the returns that you generate from this are going to be very stable. So large companies could be your Reliance, your Larsen & Toubro, HDFC Bank, and others. Then comes your mid-cap companies. These are the companies which have been there for some amount of time. They have shown good strength. They have potential to grow, to reach in the large cap segment. So obviously, uh, since they are in that medium category, they would be growing at a better rate than a large cap fund. But their returns are also going to be very volatile in nature. Their growth will be a little volatile since they are not in that stable stage yet. But today, we have actually got amazing mid cap companies in our universe, like your Coforge, your lot of good IT companies are there in this. And then you have a small cap funds. So the small cap funds are basically the smaller set of the companies which have the highest growth potential, but are also the most riskiest asset class. So you need, because they are very small companies. They have, let's say they have been listed for the last 5-10 years. Some of these companies could be your asset management companies like Nippon or Edelweiss, the brands I'm sure that you may have heard about. They have got a good growth story, and since they're very small right now, they have the highest potential for growth. So you need to have a blend of all these asset class in your portfolio to earn stable returns. So that's all that I'm going to be. So that's almost the end of my presentation. So this is a bit about us, and I'm going to take this through very, very quickly. That's our team, and these are the products that we offer. So that's the end of my presentation. So I'm open to question and answers, whatever something that you want to understand more, or any other doubts that you may have. So I'll just take one question first, which I got in the Google form. Is someone asked me how can they keep updated about the business news that keeps on happening every day in the 10 to 15 minutes. I would say, sir, read any good financial newspaper. That is what we use. And there are a lot of daily newsletters also which come for which are released by HSBC, HDFC every day. So if you want to get a quick refresher on what's happening around the world and in India, that's a great way to learn. That's a great way to keep yourself updated. And yeah, open to any other questions.
Hi, Saumya, Shiva here.
Hi. Yes.
So my question is, we are always looking at this calculation, right? If you invest for 5 years, you will get this corpus, 10 years you will get, and 20 years you will get. Um, is it always real, or the number is simple figurative, or it is assured that we will get that returns? We know that we always get the message mutual fund is subject to market risk, and how much?
Hmm.
I'm just looking at a ballpark number. How much is
Yeah.
true or something in that sense?
So first of all, you have to understand how a mutual fund or how a market returns are determined. So as I said, that let's say it's a combination of how much your GDP is growing and then what is the inflation rate. So let's say your GDP is growing right now with, like the real GDP growth is around 6 to 7%, and your inflation is, let's say, 4 to 5%. So six. Let's take the lower side of the figures. Let's say 7% GDP growth and 5% inflation, so which adds up to 12%. So let's say if our economy in general is growing by 12% every year, that means that all the companies which are in that economy are also, we can expect that they would be growing by 12% every year. So that means that is the ballpark number of returns that you can get. Or never fall for someone promising you 15-20% returns. That is very, very difficult to get. That means that it is probably a very, very risky instrument that they are going to be investing in. But at a ballpark figure, I feel that 12% return is sustainable given that our economy would be growing at a good rate every single year, at least for the next 10-15 years.
Yeah, thank you, Saumya. Sorry, one more question.
Yes,
So
yes, go ahead.
can I invest in gold on a daily basis or on a weekly basis through electronic method rather than going and buying in physical way?
Yes, yes, I would highly recommend that. You should, like, given the levels at which gold and silver is right now, you should not go put all your savings right there. Because as you know, the silver increases one day, falls one day, then increases back. That's how the
Mhm.
movement has been. So, yes, you have your ETFs through which you can invest some amount of money, either weekly or monthly. But you need to remember that all your investments cannot go to a single asset class. So what will happen is your portfolio will be a function of your gold or silver prices. Let's say, so if you see the past, the silver for a lot of years did not give any returns. Gold for years increased, then for 6-7 years it was just stagnant. So you cannot keep all your money in that. Yes, the investment method that you suggested is correct. You invest some amount every week or every month to slowly build that corpus in gold, but just don't put everything in that asset class.
Yeah, got it. Thank you, Saumya. Yeah.
Okay, welcome. Any other questions?
Madam, my name is
Yes,
Nagaraj and
sir.
I am a guest here.
Yes, sir.
I'm 67, 68 now. Probably
Hmm.
I entered the mutual funds or stock market very late, post retirement 2021, 2022.
Got it, sir.
Maybe now I realized it's a big mistake. And you can take me as one of the examples for your case study where I should not have invested in the stock or in the mutual funds market. I invested a portion only in the mutual funds based on the fund manager's advice and with the experienced chartered accountants like you. In the last 15 months, due to this geopolitical situation, etc., etc., plus India's situation also,
Hmm.
I have burnt. And when I invested, it was in the April, May 2024. It was stock market in X level. Now it is a okay little bit. In the last 14-15 months, whatever the investment I have made it has not given me even a single rupee. Instead, it was less by about 10%. It was over. I think the market went down to 79,000 one time
Hmm.
last
Yes, sir.
14 months. So
Yes,
I
sir.
was thinking, did I make any errors here, or my judgment, or because of my, as you said, I did not make any SIP and all. I made one lump sum investment, but it's now 15 months over. I'm yet to come to the green. Still, I'm in red, but compared to the last 12, 14 months, maybe in couple of months or 5, 6 months, I may come to the green line, and I'm thinking of withdrawing it. Just as a professional, advise me, is it okay for me to withdraw now? Of course, as
No,
you
sir.
said, I have invested a portion in the large cap, a portion in the mid cap, portion small cap, and some very little amount in the equity market. But except this equity market, which has given me little bit of rise due to the my high yield shares like Bajaj Finance, Dauber India, those things have really offset my other things. Okay, that is subject to market risk, but this mutual funds is really bothering my mind. Did I make any error or miscalculation?
So,
Or am I the correct example to you?
no, sir. I think, first of all, like anyone who would be investing in a mutual fund at your age, I would always recommend them to invest in a hybrid fund, which is a mix of equity and debt. And you have to remember that, see, markets cannot, so the past 5 years had been amazing. So markets cannot give you quick returns like this. Let's say if you're investing in a small cap or a mid cap fund, you need to have an outlook of at least 5 to 7 years because it takes that much time to give you the good returns. You're right, the market did not perform since the last 12 months, 12 or 14 odd months, but it takes time, sir. The market also goes through cycles of up and down. So you need to remember that your outlook needs to be that. So it's not that you have done something wrong. It's that you have to stay invested for at least 3 to 5 years in order to look at some good returns. So I would recommend that you wait it out. See, it again, mutual funds or the equity all are subject to the market movements, and there is a whole cycle. So in the COVID, before COVID, it went down, sir. Anything who had invested before that saw their portfolio reduced by 50%, but then what they saw again was it also increased to that level. So the market will go through its level of downturn, upturn, and what happened in the last 1 year was that the earnings did not grow to the extent of how much the prices increased. So that balance has to come back, sir. And in the next 1 or 2 years, we expect that balance to be regained so that that growth will automatically come. And I am assuming that for you, you would have a large proportion of large cap, since given at your age, if I would have been there, I would have gone for a bigger proportion, at least 70-80% of large cap and very small proportion of mid and small caps.
Okay.
So and your large caps would have given you decent returns, sir, because it grew by 8% this financial year, the Nifty 50.
Okay.
So that's my
Thank you.
recommendation. Hold it, sir. Not
Okay.
Don't be in a hurry to
Thank you.
liquidate unless you need the money.
Thank you.
Any other quick questions? Or I'm also like, you can take, if you have any other questions after the session also, feel free to take my number and just ping me if you have any other questions, and happy to help you out. So, like, I did not get a chance to give much of closing notes because I'm in a hurry to finish it. But I'm very passionate about personal finance, and so I was in a very corporate career. I was also not managing my money. I realized that I was also not managing it really well. And the last 1 year, after talking to so many people, I have realized the mistakes I've made. And what inspire and you know what it awoken this fire in me that I have to educate as many people as possible in this area so that they can take better financial decisions. So feel free to ask any other questions that you may have, and we can also connect later. Happy to help you out. So that's all from my side, and thank you so much, Shiva, for giving me this chance of coming here and speaking to everyone. And I hope the next year you make a very good financial decisions and your wealth grows. So wishing you a very happy new year and a prosperous new year in advance. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Soumya. Yeah, thanks for a wonderful session. We learned a lot of things about you shared about emergency fund, inflations, and where how we need to select the right investments. What are the investment options? So one big thing is the power of compounding. So if we start early, it will big impact on your results. Yeah. So thank you, Soumya, for your wonderful sessions. So
Thanks so
now we
much.
move on to the table topic segments. So our table topic master is Toastmaster Bilal Sharif, an experienced Toastmaster with nearly 5 years at Toastmasters. Bilal currently serves as a Division D Director of District 120. So professionally, he is a senior assistant vice president at Wells Fargo. He is also a TEDx speaker known for delivering impactful ideas on personal growth and communications. With such a powerful blend of experience, energy, and communication brilliance, he is the ideal person for today's table topic session. So, over to you, Toastmaster Bilal.
Thank you so much, Parthe Langovan. So, good morning, everyone.
Good
morning.
Good morning.
Morning. I welcome you all to this table topic segment of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club. So, table topic is actually the most interesting, at the same time, challenging part of a Toastmasters meeting because it is to test your impromptu skills and also your ability to think on your feet. Can someone tell me why table topics is designed in Toastmasters? What could be the reason?
To enhance members' ability to speak on spot without filler words or
Okay.
trucking.
Any other response?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Organize thoughts and deliver within a few seconds.
Okay.
Maybe to listen carefully and then reply accordingly.
Okay. Thanks, Galagar Nagaraj. So all were right, but initially the table topics were designed to develop four essential skills of communication. That is listening, thinking, organizing, and expressing. So whenever a table topic master gives you a question, you listen to that, you think about it, you organize your thought, and you deliver it. But there is a psychological study which says that more than a question, images provoke more thoughts. So today I'm going to show you an image and ask you what is the message that is conveyed out of that image so that you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So I'll be sharing you the image and it will give you 10 seconds. You can look at the image and let us know what is the message that is conveyed out of that image. Okay, so let's get started. Co-host, can you give me the sharing permission? I'm able to share. Is my screen visible?
Yes, visible, Bill.
Okay. So who want to volunteer first? Okay. Okay. Let me show you an image. So here is an image for you. You can take 10 seconds and let us know what is that message that is conveyed out of this image.
Okay. Thank you, TT Master, for giving me this opportunity. All fellow Toastmasters in Wake Up Chennai. I am your guest today. Okay. Since the table topics master gave these four key principles, listen, organize your thoughts, and deliver accordingly, if I am correct, out of four, three. The person who is trying to fix a mirror is totally a different image, but what is shown on the mirror is a Superman's image. Somebody is watching it. So they are looking at both the person who is hanging it as well as the image also. What message it conveys is how you want to project yourselves and how you want to think about yourselves internally. If I want to think that I am a lion in front of the mirror, I should first think and act like a lion. If I go and stand in front of the mirror, Nagarajan is standing and is Nagarajan is like this, then I can see only as a Nagarajan only. If I think that I am a lion, I am look like a lion and I want to project me as a lion and I want to act like a lion, then obviously Nagarajan will look like a lion only. So in this case, the gentleman, probably a technician who is fixing the mirror, looks like very ordinary, but the image is shown on the mirror is a Superman. So he thinks Superman. More than that, the girl who is looking at that picture, oh, he is really a Superman. That's what she is thinking. So which means that based on his action, based on his maybe some conversation, she assumes that this gentleman is a Superman. So maybe her role model for her also. Thank you, TT Master, for giving me this opportunity. Hope I'm
Thank you
able
so
to
much.
deliver what is expected. Back to you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Nagarajan. So actually, there's no right or wrong answers in these images. So whatever thoughts you are able to get, you can express it. So the one thing which I'm able to see on this image is, if you ask me to talk for 2 minutes, I can say that a father, no matter what job he does as a carpenter or technician, is always a Superman for their daughter. And I can speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So there is no right or wrong answer. Whatever thoughts we are able to get out of image, we can speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So with that, who want to volunteer next? Who want to volunteer next?
Me, Bilal.
Who is
Santosh.
this?
Yes, Santosh.
Santosh. Okay, Santosh. So let me give you an image, Santosh. So here is an image for you, Santosh. You can take 10 seconds. Let us know what is the message that is conveyed out of this image.
Okay, well, I'm ready.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the topic, TD Master. So, don't think it is written in the television. For me, yeah, this television is putting ourselves to don't think blindly. We can see and we can imitate in our mind. Even in US, also they called it is an idiot box. So when looking or addiction into this TV, so if you are not properly guided, especially the kids are seeing. So it is not advisable to sit and watch the television for a long time. It will dumb their mind. It will also stop their thinking capacity. So it is not advisable to the kids. That is why that is what the image is conveying. Don't think blindly. Keep watching. It is stopping them to think. Yeah, over to you, table topic master. This is my thought. What I have.
Thank you so much, Santosh, for sharing your thoughts about this image. So with that note, who want to go next?
Yeah,
Hi,
myself,
Bilal.
Muthu Pandey.
Who is this? Muthu or Keshu?
Muthu Pandey.
Muthu Pandey.
Yeah, Muthu can go.
Yeah, thank you, Kes.
Here is an image for you, Muthu Pandey.
Yes. Okay. So, good morning, Toastmasters and dear guests. So, this image, from that image, I can say that in dark places, that light is coming. In that way, we can take it as. Uh, so, what here the image represents like. If you are in dark, then your life will also going to dark. So suppose if you are slightly remove a single screen, that means a screen, then automatically the light will comes into the room. The same way you need to remove your ego or something which is not good for your life. If you are removed slightly, then you will get a that means you are able to realize that light like in the form of light, some new things will comes into your life. So that is what the picture is clearly mentioned in here. Here they are mentioning it like it's like birds, because birds can fly. Okay, right. So birds is the only things that is only the uh, things can fly, right? So if they are putting any animals, then it will not suit for this picture. That is the reason they are putting the birds for fly. Likewise, our thoughts will fly, come then will come into our room. That means it will come into our mind in a good manner. The same way the picture is represented. I hope you enjoyed my topics. That means which I represented. Thank you for the giving opportunity, Mr. Bala. Thank you.
Thank you, Muthupandi, for giving that wonderful message about getting rid of ego with the help of this
Right.
image. Thank
Right.
you so much. And who want to volunteer next?
Uh, Daniel has raised her. Did.
Okay. Okay. Daniel, am I audible, Daniel?
Yeah, you are audible. Yeah.
Okay, Daniel. Let me give you an image. So here is an image for you, Daniel. You can take 10 to 20 seconds and let us know what is the message that is conveyed out of this image.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity here. So there is an image. So in the pipeline, the full amount of water is coming out, just getting intake by one gentleman, and another one person is just catching those droplets which is falling from the pipeline. So what I could get a message out of this image is, so you have to utilize your full potentials. What I am just finding here. So you don't try to waste of your energy, or don't deviate from yourself. So that everything you can get at one place, that you have to try to utilize with maximum potential, and don't try to waste your time, because in today we had one good education session also. So there we could realize how important is about financial planning. So we are getting older in year by year, but if we are not saving the money for future, then at the end we will be in trouble to have sufficient money to you know take care of ourselves. So this is one thought I just could catch hold about this image. This is over to you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, Daniel, for sharing your thoughts on this particular image and having a correlation with using your full potential. So thank you for sharing that message. Is there anyone who wants to try the same image and talk for 1 to 2 minutes?
Can I go ahead, Bilal? Keshav here.
Yes, yes, Keshav, please.
Okay. So one thing is that regarding this image, the lovely image it is, two things I can infer from it. So the image deposits that one thing, too much of anything is really harmful. We should be in the giving mode, and the person here is drinking a little bit of whatever it is there. We can be having a smaller outlook, but every time having a bigger outlook is is very harmful and dangerous. But we can share that quantity of whatever we are having, whether it's have through by way of eating a lot of water, or we can take it forward with sharing and giving. And the art of giving is can be implemented here, because the person who is eating just a 3 droplets or 4 droplets of water, this much amount of quantity and this much amount of, be it any other thing, money or whichever products or things that we buy, we can share it with others. In that perspective, I feel that this image uh, gives justice to what it is. And if we share whatever we have, whatever minimum thing we have, it will be a greater good for many others who are still lacking uh, the scarcity of whatever talent or food or any other aspect it is. So thank you, Bilal, for this lovely image, and this is what I thought of, and thank you.
Thank you, Keshav, for that wonderful message out of this image. Of course, we have seen the two different perspectives, one from Daniel as well as one from Keshav. So, Soumya, maybe you can try out a new image if you are interested. Interested to try a new image, Soumya? Okay. Let me share a new image for you. So here is an image for you, Soumya. You have 10 to 20 seconds. You can just look at this image. You can generate thoughts and you can organize and you can express.
This is one difficult image. I could talk about every other image, but this one that I got is the I feel it's the most
Okay,
difficult.
maybe I
But
will share a different one, Soumya. That's fine. If you want, I can share you a different image.
thank you so much.
Okay. So here is an image for you, Soumya.
Very interesting. So what I listen or what I like the first thought which comes to me while listening to this by hearing this images that this is a scene of the court. The judges are there to listen to the verdict. And that stand where the red carpet is being drawn is where the prisoners stand. Right. And there's a red carpet being rolled for someone who has done wrong to the society. So we see our this around happening around us a lot of times with the people who have done wrong, the people who have done injustice are actually being welcomed with open arms because just because they may have a political connection or they have a very they are have a lot of money, like a lot of the like if I hear I talk about the recent incidences, the Aravali forest is the which is there around the Delhi Rajasthan area is being said that it can be used for mining, which is a wrong thing. But all the people who are involved in that process are who are or taking that decisions, they are being welcomed with open arms, right? They are destroying our environment, but they are being welcomed with open arms. So that's what I understand from this message here, that the criminals or the prisoners cannot be welcomed with an open arms. The law stands as equal. Whenever we see the symbol of law, it says that it is blind, but it says equality. Right. So the prisoners or the people who have done wrong for the society cannot be welcomed like this. If they have wronged on, they need to bear that punishment. So that's what my message is. And thank you, TM Bilal. It is like, honestly, it is one of the most interesting table topics that I've attended. So over to you.
Thank you, Soumya, for sharing your message out of it, and thanks for that compliment. So with that, now I would like to nominate people for the next topic. I mean, I am gonna select. Money, can you take up the next image?
Yes, I have raised a hand already.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me show you an image. So here is an image for you, Money. You can take 10 to 20 seconds and let us know what is that message that is conveyed out of this image.
You're not audible, Money.
Money, are you fine with the image or you want me to give a different image, Money?
He's talking, but we are not able to listen. Here.
No,
No.
you're audible, Money. Maybe meanwhile, maybe
Now,
Nitya.
am I audible now?
Yes, Money. Now
Yeah.
you're out.
Yeah.
Please go
Thank
ahead.
you so much. Yeah. Every time we start with the plan of what can do the best and what it was not happened in our life. But the two things which I wanted to say that you should not turn back your life why it was not happened to you. So that's what the picture defines as the time has gone. You cannot stop it. The road has not ended. But whatever you have crossed the way has almost come to end. You stop here, you just think about that, how much time you wasted in your life. You have to work for the thing which you wanted to improve in your life. That is what the picture remains. Still some more time is there, I believe, because for the work or for the passion, we don't have age limit. Still, I need to be a physical strengthness and I need to be a proactive person. So if it is not there, I cannot succeed in my life. So I need to stop somewhere else and think for a particular time period on an every year to think about that why we are stuck here, how I can go way forward. So this is the thing that I can say to this about the image when I see that. So we should not waste our time in our life. Over to you, Toastmaster, table topic master.
Thank you, Money, for sharing that impactful message out of this image. So on seeing these images, right, I recollect one comedy from Tamil cinema where Vadivel and Sarath Kumar will be there and they will go and buy a stamp in a post office. And Sarath Kumar will be instructing Vadivel that we have to speak for some more times with this stamp. And he'll initiate the conversation with the help of stamps and he will talk about Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, and then he'll talk about British, England, and everything. And he will keep conversation going. So maybe you can try it that way. Maybe who want to volunteer next?
Nitya has raised her hands. We
Okay.
can, yes.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Bilal.
Yeah. Let me show you an image here. Yeah. There is an image for you, Nitya. You can take 10 to 20 seconds.
It was thought-provoking picture, Bilal. Thank you for this picture. Actually, I'm thinking of my school days. I was in hostel during my the sports day. When the sports days are announced, we will be celebrating for 1 week. And most of the hostel children will hostel students will go home because sports day is not compulsory for us. That time I have tried a lot to go home, but unfortunately when my father came, the in charge has told no, we students are not allowed to go home, they have to participate in sports day. I was crying for 1 day long, and after a couple of days we have throw ball. Uh, they were all playing and they have got my name also. And they just made me as a substitute and allowed me to sit outside, and I was striving to go inside, allow me to play, because they were just messing up at the last minute. But they have not listened to me, and they just left. Then I thought, okay, let's enjoy this. We should not go and take the pressure over there. And finally, we were on the runner-up, and we are not winners. And the whole journey, what I learned is, whenever a situation is compelling and we are in a situation where we can't move anywhere, we just stand still to see what is happening around, and we can learn what we can from that situation, is the thing I have learned that day. And the pressure for getting the first prize is more and more, and it is liberal when it comes to second and third. Yes, of course, because the winning gold medal is the dream for everyone, and winning the silver and the bronze is also equivalent. But when we try to get the gold medal, we are possibly or capably can at least we can get bronze or silver is the uh, mm, reality or reality of life. Whether it is gold, silver, or bronze, how we are enjoying the process of achieving it is matters in our life. With that understanding of life, um, uh, I'm moving on in my life. And thank you for this wonderful picture. Over to you, Bilal.
Thank you so much, Nitya, for sharing that wonderful message that whether you're winning gold, bronze, or silver, it is process that matters. Thank you for sharing that message with us. With that note, I think we are at the end of table topic segment. Thanks to all participants who came forward and participated. And there could be some participants, let me go next, or you're a bit hesitant. So I encourage you all to come forward in the next meeting, go as a first speaker, try and try to attempt so that by practice you will get to speak on impromptu topics. So with that note, I could like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Santosh. Right? Who's the Toastmaster of the
Yeah,
day?
Paridi.
Harit, sorry,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
stage is
Thank you, Bilal. Thank you for the engaging table topic sessions with images. So now I invite our timer to Toastmaster Nilofer Fatima Banu to present the timer report today. Over to you. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Okay, so today we had education session, table topics, and question and answer session. So I will start with education session. Toastmaster Saumya Bader took 25 minutes, 23 seconds for her session, and question and answer session was 10 minutes, 30 seconds. It was over limit, but yes. Table topic sessions. We have lots of speakers. To start with, Toastmaster Nagarajan took 1 minute 45 seconds. I wasn't able to put timer cards because I was mesmerized by those images and I was thinking my own thoughts. I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to put timer cards, but I noted the time. And Toastmaster Santosh took 1 minute 16 seconds. Toastmaster Muttapalli took 1 minute 42 seconds. Toastmaster Daniel took 1 minute 57 seconds. Toastmaster Keshavan took 2 minutes 2 seconds. Toastmaster Saumya took 2 minutes 4 seconds. Toastmaster Mani took 1 minute 35 seconds. Toastmaster Nitya took 3 minutes 23 seconds. Just like Toastmaster Mani said that it's time to stop and it's time to work. The timer's gone. So All the best for everyone for your future endeavors and Happy New Year. Tomorrow morning, we will wake up to another year. Every second is a chance to begin. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Nilof, for the timer report. Now I request our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Daniel Andrew, please launch the poll for today's performers.
Yes, poll launch now.
Yeah,
I request
yeah.
everyone to vote.
Yeah, Paridhi, in the meantime, I will take over because we are running short of time, and I will get some
Yeah.
guest feedback of the today's meeting. And can I get some guest feedback from the guests, please? Yeah, Mani, you have raised your hand. Please share your feedback on today's meeting.
First of all, thank you so much for this. Actually, unexpectedly, I just get into the TNPM group and I saw that there is a meeting happened today. I knew that every Wednesday mornings I the thing is in it, but I couldn't join that. Today, luckily, I had an opportunity to join. So I'm happy that I knew many of the people from Wake Up Chennai, but today I'm happily to join that and I am participated is very happy for that. I could see that the energy with the team for the collaborations and all and the new innovative. Thank you so much. Kudos to you for the entire Wake Up Chennai team.
Thank you for your feedback, Mani. And can I have some feedback from our guest Muthupanti, please?
Yes. So today's session is very wonderful. So like everyone in their life every day, that means the year first start date, they are thinking that they to take resolutions. So at the end of the year, you are conducting, that means those masters conducting the sessions for the financial informations. So we can take a resolutions to invest something from that money. So that is the good things you people are arranging here. And the same things for the table topics, right? Instead of asking the questions, he's putting some images and asking that this will show that thinking capacity is to increase more when we are hearing some voice from others. Instead of seeing that image, it's getting very interested to participate or interested to give the answer for that also. So that is very wonderful sessions today I received. So thank you for Shiva.
Thank you, Muthupanti. Arul Jyoti, Divya Darshini, can you please share your feedback?
Hi everyone, good morning. I joined late, but I enjoyed table topic session and energy level was good in morning. So I really enjoyed the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Divya Darshini, and Daniel, is the results are
Yeah,
ready?
yeah, result is ready now.
Okay. Yeah, please
Uh,
announce it.
yeah, the best table topic speaker is Toastmasters Nitya Saundarya.
Oh, nice. Congratulations, Nitya. Nitya doesn't need an introduction. She has been known to our club for a long time. She is the consistent participant, and congratulations once again, Nitya, for winning the table topic. And now we have almost reached 8:30, so I would thank each and every one of you for joining today's session, and thousands and thousands of thanks to Soumya for giving such a fantastic education session today. I know that the topic she has covered cannot be covered in half an hour time or 20 minutes time, but she has done a fantastic job explaining each and everything in a meticulous way how we can understand better. And I want to thank once again Soumya for taking today's session. And thanks everyone for joining, and very happy new year to each and every one of you. I like our guest mentioned, let's take a resolution. We will be financially strong in this upcoming year. And also in our Toastmaster journey, we will be taking so many leaps and bounds, and we reach to the good heights, and we all become a better speaker in this upcoming year. With that note, I would like to adjourn today's meeting 352. Thanks everyone, and we will connect on next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiva.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so much.
much.
Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year, all.
Happy New Year.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Wake Up Toastmasters.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you, Shiva, for having me wake up 6:30 morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Nilofer. Thank you for taking up the time
Thank you,
again. Thank you.
Bilalji. Thank you, Mr. Bilal, and thank you, Mrs. Nilofer.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.